I know, still I think our best bet would be to split up and search the building. If you start from the basement and work your way up, I can start from the top and work down. We can meet on the first floor. Right, we were splitting up. This is a brilliant idea. I don't like the idea, but you're probably right. We don't have time to wait for the enforcers. If you get into any trouble, signal me with your transponder. So, Sam can tell us that there are guys around the perimeter who are almost certainly, like, armed, but he can't tell us where we need to go in this building. He can't get blueprints. Brilliant. Okay. We look at one another for a long moment, then Blue turns away and runs around to the back of the warehouse. I make my way towards a side door, hoping to get in unseen. Almost as soon as I get into the building, I hear gunshots coming from the direction Blue should be in. I look out the window and see rebel soldiers running towards him in a plaza outside. I mean, in the nicest possible way. If they are shooting that much and missing him, they are doing something horribly wrong. Damn, I didn't think they'd see me so far. So much for stealth. We got you now, you damn freak. I'll make this quick. What did he do? Shoot the pipe off? Gah. Blue's gunplay is peerless as always. He shoots quicker than the eye can see, taking down several rebels at once with his trick shot. The rest of the soldiers retreat to the opposite side of the facility. They haven't spotted me yet, and I run back towards the direction I came from so that I can start my search. Blue can take care of himself. We're going to get back and he's going to be bleeding, isn't he? I run towards a dark staircase, my gun pulled. Luckily, it seems that Blue's firefight has drawn all the rebels towards that side of the building. I hope Blue is okay. Probably not. I shake the thought out of my head, of course he is. I focus on the darkness in front of me. At the top of the staircase, I reach a long hallway with doors on either side. One by one, I begin checking the rooms. The first three I check, quietly opening the doors and peering around the door frame, are empty. The fourth is a table covered in papers. I can't make out what the papers say in the dark. It's not that dark, you should be able to read them. But I have the feeling they are definitely related to Alexei's plans. I make a mental note to come back to this room later if I can. I make my way out of the room and back into the dark hallway. The fifth door is at the very end of the hall. As I approach, I hear an odd whirring sound. That's a door opening. I thought by whirring it meant like a fire alarm had gone off or something. I open the door carefully and stick my gun in, followed through the rest of me, carefully to partially shield my body with the door. At first, I can't tell what's going on. It's dark and light in the room at the same time. It's almost a blinding light, similar to the one that was in the basement of Bolt Autos, is coming from the wall opposite the door. Silhouetted against it is a human shape. Suddenly, all the lights come on. Blue must have found a fuse box in the basement, or someone's pissing around with you. The figure who is silhouetted now comes into full view. I hold my gun on him. I wonder who this could be! Freeze! Bureau Agent Dr. Alexei, you are under arrest for the use of X-Class unauthorized technology. Okay, well he's smiling, so it's probably too late. He turns around slowly to face me. To my surprise, he looks rather calm, considering the gun pointed at his head. Now, let's not be hasty, Agent Violet. I'm momentarily thrown off by his quick deduction of my identity, and my eyes widen in surprise. He smiles knowingly, because he can tell he's caught me off guard. I mean, your hair's fucking violet. It doesn't take a brains, surgeon to figure that out, does it? Surely. Anyone else with powers like mine would also be called the same thing. Your point being? To keep him from prolonging his satisfaction, I quickly set my jaw and look at him, unflinchingly in the eyes. Welcome to my headquarters, Agent Violet. You have quite the reputation for being a fairly new agent. Hey, fuck you. I am a professional agent. That's good, they said a rising star, but you're still new enough that you might be able to listen to reason. Reason. That's rich. I don't know what your definition of reason is, but I highly doubt it's on your side. Now step away from the control panel, don't make me have to tell you twice. That just goes to show how little you truly know. I know enough that you're about to cause a goddamn apocalypse. Now, I don't intend on doing any such thing. In fact, I'm preventing the apocalypse. What are you talking about? Do you really think I'll buy that? Is this going to be some crazy conspiracy theory from him as well? Did you know, Agent Violet, that I was very recently was able to crack the code that is the Selenon language? That's impossible. I've never heard of anyone, except apparently Blue, attempting to translate the Selenon language, let alone having any success with it. How has no one tried that before? The Selenons have language that we have, access to, and no one's tried to crack it. Ooh, that caught your attention. Yes, I've been working on it for quite some time, and over a year ago I finally succeeded. Since then, I've been monitoring their communications using the city's long-range transmission system. After listening for several months, I began to recognize patterns in the way they were talking about humanity. They kept referring to something called the Arrival. Have you heard of it? No, why would I have? Your Bureau of Human Protection knows about it, but they haven't seen fit to tell anyone. What is it? Do you ever wonder why the Selenon kept us alive? Because we're the greatest, he says naively. I've never really thought about it. Never thought about it. Oh boy. That's the problem with you Spectre agents, no imagination. They wash all the colour right out of you. That's not... It sort of is. Unimportant. The truth is that the only reason we are alive is because of one Selenon, their leader, the Dark One. What? If you discovered my plans, I'm sure you also know about the Absolute Dominion, a way for one Selenon to take control of the rest. Despite the others' hatred of humanity, the Dark One commanded them to fall back to spare the lives of the remainder of the human race. Why would he want that? I don't quite know for sure. Perhaps he was merely curious, or perhaps he just wanted to make us suffer. Neither of those sound remotely true. Whatever the case may be, it seems that word got out of the rulers... to the rulers of the entire Selenon race. They are coming to Earth in order to see for themselves if humanity is truly worthy of preservation. Then that's good news, right? If they say yes, then the Dark One can just keep ruling over us forever. And what if they say no? Have you thought of that? You fool! Do you really think they will side with the Dark One? Have you seen the kinds of atrocities humankind is capable of? No, they will destroy us all. So hang on. His idea is to launch a missile to help save this. I don't think this is going to work. What? Despite his desire to become our god, even the Dark One cannot stop beings that powerful. When the Arrival happens, this city will cease to exist. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. You can't see them, but they've been traveling for a very long time. They're almost here. That is why I have to act. If we can kill the Dark One, we can buy some time to escape this planet before it is overrun. I think this is a very short-term plan, Mr. Alexei. Sorry, Dr. Alexei, you worked hard for that title. And why should I trust you? For all I know, this could be a distraction. Probably is. I admit it, you have no reason to. I could be lying. Zala thought I was, but I know that you are different. Different? I lower my gun the tiniest bit, and a smile begins to spread across Dr. Alexei's face. From the moment I heard about you, I realized you must be... Oh, spare me. That looks like it could hurt. That's definitely going to leave a bruise in the morning. Suddenly, Dr. Alexei lets out an odd gurgling sound, his face contorting in silent horror. What the... I see a dark red stain spreading. You can't tell what that is. I mean, come on. I'll put it this way, it's not food colouring, is it? From the back of his shirt to the front, and as he falls forward, I see another figure standing directly behind him. No! A large blade sticks straight through Alexei's chest. That does, yeah, that... He has been smited. There is no two ways about that. One that could only belong to one person. Enough of this garbage. Don't presume to know things you can't understand. What a shame that you won't be alive to watch your plans fail miserably. Your time is up. You fool, you will never stop. Alexei drops to the ground, his heart stopped in an instant. Red grins maniacally, covered in Iris's blood. She looks quite different from the thing we just saw. Thanks for distracting him for me, that was far too easy. What exactly do you think you're doing, Agent Violet? Her voice is ice and I involuntarily shudder. What am I doing? What the hell are you doing? That was a valuable asset and prisoner of the Bureau. You are an incompetent idiot. While you were standing there around chatting with your prisoner, he started the countdown on the missiles. What? I rush over to the control panel that was right behind Dr. Alexei and look at it. It is overwhelming and well beyond my basic level of understanding of tech. But even I can tell that there is a countdown happening on screen. Wow, even I know what numbers are. I'm speechless. Was everything he just told me a lie? Was he just playing me for time? No, he was probably trying to tell you the truth. Red roughly pushes me out of the way and I nearly fall over Alexei's prone figure. She begins to type rapidly on the control panel. You are never going to be a true agent if you don't use force. This wasn't the time for your stupid wishy-washy dilly-dallying. I just... Shut your mouth. I'm trying to find the deactivation codes. Is this where you tell me there aren't any? I'm silent for a moment as Red continues working on the control panel. Got them. She works for another moment and slams her fist against the panel. It's too late. I can't get in this system in time. This is going to come down on your head. Thinking quickly, I speak into my mic, hoping Sam is still reachable. Sam, I've got the deactivation codes. What on earth? This is a great idea. Let's speak to Sam with her around. Just show me the codes. Red points to the series of numbers and letters on the screen. Ready? Yes, go. That. Then there's a space followed by that. Done. There is a long pause. I'm holding my breath and I swear that Sam is as well on the other end of my mic. Red stands by, her usual level of anger bubbling just below the surface. The shutdown sequence has been initiated. I breath a great sigh of relief as Sam lets out an uncharacteristic laugh on the other end. I turn to Red. The missiles are being shut down. I can feel Red's anger lower minutely. Wait a second. What is it? His voice sounds panicked. One of the missiles has failed to respond. Sure, why not? Like an Independence Day, Jesus. What? How is that possible? I pull the earpiece out of my ear and gesture for Red to listen as well. She moves closer and bends her head towards the earpiece. Is she going to try and be a hero? It's hundreds of years old. The launch control system must have shorted out. Well, shut it down then. I can't. The only way to disconnect the power manually, yep, thought so, if the power is to turn the key and execute a manual abort sequence. How are we supposed to do that? You have to get to the bunker where they're being kept. That's halfway across the city. Give me the coordinates. Sam tells Red a series of latitude and longitude numbers that I can't make head or tails of, but she apparently seems to understand. Violet, you better hope I get there in time. Without another word, Red disappears. I hope she's teleporting and she didn't just do that because it's a bit showy. Violet, you should go. It's a long shot, but I still can't get an exact read on the launch timer. On my way. We're just fucking leaving Blue behind. I run out of the room, down the hall and down the stairs towards the main warehouse. I'm starting to think that I should try to grab Blue to bring him when I collide with him in the doorway to the main warehouse. Oh, okay, he didn't die. What a mild shame. Oh, Violet, what's going on? Did you find Alexei? Yes, he's dead. Long story. But we have to get to one of the missile bunkers now. I continue running without further explanation and Blue follows right on my heels. Where are we going to? We didn't know, did we? I guess he's going to guide us. I burst out of the warehouse and find that the enforcers have arrived. They're herding a bunch of Alexei's men into APCs. Our car is over a block away. That's too far. I run up to the last armoured vehicle, the only one that is yet to load any prisoners. Enforcer, we need this APC. I can't authorise transfer of a military vehicle. We're Spectral. We don't need your permission. Now move. The enforcer moves aside, dumbstruck, and we climb into the van. Well, I'm glad that he's not blindly following orders and is letting us basically steal a car. Oh, we're going to get done for this, aren't we? There is another enforcer in the driver's seat. I slide in between him and Blue. Drive. We're not telling him where. Oh, it's a tank, is it? It's a very nice sky. The enforcer steps on the gas and we hurtle out of the warehouse parking lot. Where are we going, Sam? Head west. West, west, as fast as you can. The transport is barreling through traffic and cars are screeching to a halt as the enforcer flips on the siren. Violet, I've finally got a read on the countdown and it's I look at Blue, panic-stricken. We're not going to make it, are we? The engine of the ABC roars as we continue to race west across the dome, but if what Sam is reading is true... You ever get that feeling that you arrived a little too late? Yeah. Just as we reach a large bridge leading towards downtown, we hear a massive dull roar. Everything begins to shake from deep underground as if the city is cracking apart. A trail of white and smoke leads upwards, billowing from a rapidly rising dot that shines as brightly as a star. But I have a sinking feeling that it's nothing that innocuous. I mean, did you hear the noise? It was definitely of an explosive variant. Sam, what the hell is that? I can't. Damn it! Sam, talk to me here. I'm sorry, Violet, I couldn't do anything. Dad, please forgive me. Oh, we're that fucked, are we? We're saying forgive us to our parents. Oh boy. The enforcer screeches the transport van to a halt as the aftershocks continue to rock the bridge. Sam, I know this is hard, but you have to tell me what's going on. That missile that just launched was tracking a Selenon. What? But how can that be? Does Selenon live on that dark side of the moon? No, that isn't entirely true. They also have a small contingent of guards in orbit around the Earth. Sandman launched the missile because he thought the Dark One would be right there at that particular time. Blue, the Enforcer, and I all watch stunned as the missile explodes blindingly in the sky. Well, they're an advanced race. Surely they'll see a missile and get the fuck out of the way, right? Hopefully. Don't tell me it hit him. According to the beacons, it should have only... The Dark One's signal is still active? What's that supposed to mean? He must have hit the wrong... Sam? Sam? Did he hit some sort of tech satellite? Fucking Sam, man. Before Sam can finish the sentence, a sound like no other I've heard rocks this city. It's like a combination of a shriek and a thunderclap. It reverberates through my body, making me feel like I'm going to throw up. Oh god, no. The link to Sam becomes filled with static. Blue grabs my hand. I can sense his fear as well as my own. The sky bursts forth with activity. At first, I can't tell what is happening. The sky looks as though it has turned into the rolling sea during a terrible storm. But quickly I realise that it is the Selenon descending upon us. Each of them descends, parting the air above them as if making a bullet hole through the clouds. Seconds later, a deafening boom follows their arrival in their air above the city. Within moments, the city is aflame. Explosions and the thundering shrieks hold us in our seats aghast. Somehow, Blue unfreezes and begins shouting. I can't tell what he's saying at first, but gradually realise that he is shouting at the Enforcer to move the transport off the bridge. You'd think he'd do that, but whatever. We run towards the APC, jumping inside as the Enforcer tries to start the engine. I see why, when a beam of pure light suddenly cuts across the sky, the Enforcer comes out of his shock and hits the gas, but just as we begin to peel away... Shouting, spinning, rubble. Moments pass, I'm not sure how many. I can't hear, I can't see. Is my vision clear as I realise that I'm upside down? I'm still strapped into the seat of the transport. My arm is bleeding, but otherwise I seem to only have a few cuts and bruises. I look sideways and my stomach turns inside out. The driver is obviously dead. His body hangs limp, and as I look a little too closely, I think I see that his head is not being held onto his body by much more than a few ligaments. You can look away. That is a thing you can do. Horrified, I look the other way. Blue is still breathing, but he's unconscious. I shake him. You gonna shake and... Sure, why not? Blue! Oh, God, Blue. I unbuckle myself and use my uninjured arm to lower myself to the roof of the APC. I climb across the Enforcer without looking at him and bash open the battered metal door with my foot. As I regain my bearings, I realise that the APC must have flipped several times before landing on its roof. I can't believe that I'm in one piece, let alone alive. I can't either. Luckily, this is a game, and you are probably going to survive that. I rush to the other side of the car and carefully unbuckle Blue. I pull him out of the van and drag him a few feet away from the wreckage, shaking him frantically. Blue, wake up, Blue. Blue? Still no response. I have no choice but to leave him there and secure a way out. Okay, well, there's not too much fire ablaze, and we appear to be the only car which has turned, so it's not all bad news, he says, desperately searching for some sort of positives. Clouds moving in the background are quite neat. The air is thick with smoke from the fires throughout the city. It seems like the world is ending, but I know this is only the beginning. Things could get worse. Much worse. Why did you have to say that? Why? You knew that was tempting fate. What the... I'm gonna guess that this is a bad thing. I have no time to react. Something is coming. Coming? Do you not see the fucking weird robotic whatever the fuck that is? What did they model themselves on? Jar Jar Binks? What is that fucking face? Yes, I'd like to look halfway between, I don't know, Snoopy the dog and Jar Jar Binks, please. and wings. And wings. The force knocks me off my feet, sending me sliding backwards onto the ground. Never a good sound to hear. Oh, okay, this one has 4 wings. I think at this point I'd run if I were you. You're? Yeah, well done. I'm not sure it speaks English. No, stop! I try to get to my feet, but I fall to my knees, clutching my head. His presence is overwhelming. Are you trying to read his mind? I'm not sure that's going to work. We appear to be standing very calmly. Stop, please, I beg you. I don't think he's stopping. My head feels like it's slowly turning into mush. Suddenly, the chaos emerges into a single voice, distorted yet deep and commanding. Failed. Yeah, that is also a bad thing to hear. The voice comes not from the Selenon's mouth, but rather from inside my own head. I clutch my head tighter and rock slightly. It's not too much. You have failed us. Another bad thing to hear. I don't understand. You have broken the pact, you must pay the price. Why haven't you started running yet? My mind is whirling. What is he talking about, the pact? You. Okay, he just got a bit bigger. Why haven't you started running? Must be sacrificed. Again, bad thing to hear. I probably still wouldn't be there listening. It's not like his voice isn't going to reach you. You're not missing anything. Anger bursts forth in me. This thing has murdered so many people already. Why should I bow to its wishes? Have you not seen the size of it? I stand up slowly, the pain making my body scream. No, I will never. As I stand there, my voice grows stronger. Why should I have to do what you want? What has the human race done to you to deserve this genocide? You were there a few minutes ago when a fucking missile shot upwards. What do you think? This is not your concern. The word of the Selenon is absolute. I'm done obeying for no reason. This whole thing was Sandman's fault. I had nothing to do with it. It is the Bureau's task to ensure obedience. Sure, can't we negotiate? But why? Isn't there a way to resolve this without death and destruction? You must repay your debt to us. Please stop this needless violence. Are you not willing to shoulder the fate of your race? No, of course I mean, is that not the purpose of Spectra? How do you know about that? How do you fucking... Whatever. If you truly serve humanity, your duty is clear. My duty is definitely not this. That is not your choice. That's a huge... Oh, come on. He looks like something out of a Dragon Ball Z comic and you're still just going to sit there looking at him. It is your fate. No, I can't. Only got yourself to blame. Only got yourself to blame. Well, our hair's turned white. I must destroy the Selenon. That is my sole purpose. No one will stop me from fulfilling my mission. What are you repelling back with? Okay, you just jumped. Blue's fucked, I presume. Die. Are we really killing the Dark One? So your power has awakened. Okay, we have some weird power. We can get a Darth Maul lightsaber, but one that represents the LGBT scene. This is all you can do. How pitiful. I will end this quickly. Yeah, he is like 50 times bigger than us. Oh, that's Blue. Well, no, mate, you're fucked. I mean, your cheek is wide open, and I don't mean it's because you're shouting. I mean, it's because you're fucked. Stop! Blue is standing in front of me, placing himself directly between me and the Dark One. Blue? What just... My voice barely carries off the distance between us as I sink to my knees. Unbearable pain radiates throughout my body. Violet, stay there. Blue looks up at the pitch-black Selenon. I apologize for my partner's impudent behavior. Take me as your sacrifice. Blue? What? What are you saying? Oh, come on. He's gonna die anyway. This isn't a sad moment. Like, he ain't getting out of this shit alive. V, don't worry about me. We accidentally skipped something there, didn't we? Just hurry up and find a medic. This is some kind of joke, right? You can't honestly... Blue? You don't have to do this. We can still run. Come on, we have to get away before... V, get a hold of yourself. Random shit keeps happening. You're supposed to be an agent, remember? No. Agents are supposed to look out for each other. What you're doing is too selfish. Humanity always comes first. You should already know that. He's dying. It's fine. Humanity? Who cares about humanity? This isn't right. I know you care. More than anyone else. That's exactly why you have to live. I don't deserve this. I'm just a failure of an agent. I couldn't even control my powers. No, that's not true. When I saw you there, you were beautiful. Not like an Esper, like some kind of... I mean, you're going to sacrifice yourself. Could you not call me an angel? Don't waste your life on something pointless like this. I'm just a washed-up, has-been agent. No one's going to miss me. I'll do anything Just don't do this. Oh, come on, cheer up. You never know, maybe we'll meet again sometime, eh? Sure, maybe I'll find one of your dismembered arms lying around the floor. Oh, how true solace I have indeed found. Let's get it over with. I was never one for all that sappy stuff, you know? So be it. Blue looks back at me and we make eye contact for a split second. Ace. Okay, rule 1 of any films and games. If you don't actually see someone dead, they're probably not dead. We didn't see him die. He just disappeared. We're gonna find him later. I'm calling it now. Before I can do anything, Blue is gone. No, Blue! The Dark One takes off into the air and immediately the noise that has been steadily coming down from the destruction of the city ceases, but for the faint sound of sirens and the drifting odour of brimstone in the distance. I see the rest of the Selenon taking off into the sky, following after him. In a few moments they are gone. So hang on, all they needed was a sacrifice, but they just murdered a whole bunch of people before they got to the sacrifice. Oh truly, peace in our time. You murderer, come back, I'll kill you! Maybe not a good time to challenge him. Come back! Come back. I shout nonsense threats after the Dark One, still curled on the ground, unable to move. Why didn't I stop it? Why couldn't I stop it? The pain in my body is dulled by the storm of emotions in my mind. Confusion and grief fight and stab at one another in a cruel battle, ended only when I can no longer take it. I slip into blackness. Am I to presume that this is the end of the episode? That's a bullet. Chapter 4? That wasn't the end of the episode. Really? Well, we have this lovely scene to contend with next time. Man, what are you? Look, I know it's a funeral, but I can pick up chicks here. Ah, great. Well, his body's not going to be in there. We're going to find him alive later on. It's fine. I hope. Maybe. Sometimes.